Tired of jumping through hoops to buy Bitcoin? Frustrated with endless paperwork and invasive identity checks? Introducing Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club's loan program. No KYC required. Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to freedom. Borrow up to $250,000 at as little as 7% interest. Join our community and take control of your financial future. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where privacy meets opportunity. Connect with like-minded individuals and grow together. Visit us today and unlock your $250,000 Bitcoin loan. Your journey to financial freedom starts here.
And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Sorry for the video and the sound. I'm in a hotel right now. Just wanted to jump on here real quick. I'm heading back to Florida, so I'm in transition over here. I just want to jump on and take a moment and really just let's kind of soak this in and realize what a huge event yesterday in Davos. Now let's remember what Davos is. This is the corporate elite. These are the corporations who actually meet up with the government representatives over in Davos, Switzerland. The reason this is such a huge deal, and if you didn't watch it, please watch Trump. In fact, I recommend everyone watch all of the interviews, all right? All of the interviews of the U.S. representatives over in Davos. We are winning. We have won. It's the old world order is done. Trump and a few other U.S. representatives yesterday put it in the ground and put the headstone on the grave. It's over. From here on out, I want everyone watching this show, I want you to be positive. And I'll tell you why, guys, is we now live in a world where Europe has no more influence on us. We are moving away. Oh, and Trump announced we have us a deal. We have us a deal on Greenland. So we get a big block of ice. Yay. Yay for us. Now, I'm looking at Greenland with a little eye on it, like, we could do some Bitcoin mining up there. There's a lot of energy up there, and there's a lot of cold, which helps with the mining operations. Just saying, just throwing it out there, because this is the new world order. And what I like about it is it leaves out the word order. What this is America is now for Americans again. Everything we have up in Minnesota and all of the wild lefties and all that, hey, you can't arrest that illegal alien rapist. That guy has rights. No, that's all over, guys. Now, am I saying it's going to be easy from here on out? No, it isn't going to be easy, because and this is what I want people to really wrap their heads around. Just like World War II, what we need to do is, as Americans, we need to dedicate our lives to creating the new system. This is our job. Don't leave it up to JP Morgan. Don't leave it up to BlackRock. Don't leave it up to the elites, because they'll just roll all of their pieces into our new system. We don't want that. We, the people, need to listen to me closely. We need to own the infrastructure. That's the key. When I say the infrastructure, we need private citizen ownership of assets. That means mining, electricity. We need to take our country back one ownership at a time. Because right now, we don't own anything. There has never been a technology or a movement of private ownership like we have now. See, this is what the average American needs to realize. Yes, if you own a house, that's great. That's absolutely great. That's not the American dream. All right, that is not the American dream. The American dream is own the grocery store down the road, own the auto repair place down the road. We need private ownership. We need entrepreneurs. We need workers who want to build and own what they build. See, this is what we have done for the last 40 or 50 years, especially since the creation of the 401 I'm Not Okay. All right, is we send in our money every paycheck. Oh, it's going to my 401k. Oh, look at the number. Look at the number on the 401k. It's going up. What they do is they take that money and they reinvest it in their own company. You don't let them lie and tell you, well, you own a share in it. No, you don't. You don't own a share in it. You cannot request a owner certificate. You cannot request a share certificate. That is absolutely bullshit. What we have done, the system they have set up, is because we have two taxations. All right, we have the government's taxation, local, federal, all that shit. Then we have the corporation taxation, which is 401k, and us investing in their shares. Their shares, you don't own anything. They do not send you a legitimate owner certificate. See, the problem is hundreds of thousands and millions of people, quote unquote, own shares. But they're all not legal representation of ownership. They are just a fucking derivative of the ownership certificate, which is held at the seed company, CEED. That's who owns the shares. All right. This is why we as Americans, right now, everyone over in Europe and Australia, shout out to you guys, love you guys. This is America. We need to own things again. We need to invest in companies that we own and run here in America. Because we are America. Government is not the is not America. When you look at Washington, D.C., they didn't build anything. They haven't generated wealth. All right, here's how you look at it. All right, let's look at, I don't know, like Flint and Detroit, Michigan. Why was it whenever the production economy of Flint and Detroit left, the city died? Because they were no longer producing anything. So the city died. Why is it that Washington, D.C., who doesn't produce anything, why is it they're one of the wealthiest cities in the country? Because they don't produce anything. So why are they so wealthy? Because of the money, the taxation, because no matter what happens in Flint or fucking Detroit or St. Louis or anything like that, Washington gets its money. One way or another, they get their money. Screw Flint, screw fucking Detroit, screw St. Louis, screw every little town, screw everybody. But yet, Washington, D.C. is never in a fucking depression. They're never in a recession. You never hear, Washington economy's really slowed down due to the recession. No, because their money flows in no matter what. And that's a travesty. They're all crooks. All right? They're all crooks. This is what I'm talking about. Is we need to look at ourselves as owners. We own America. We need to act like we own America, which means we need to launch companies. We need to launch industry. That's why next week, I'm heading to Texas and launching the mining company in Texas because we need to build. It's our obligation is to rebuild America as Americans. We don't want BlackRock running all of the corporations and all of, because they are buying mining companies. They are buying the Bitcoin mining companies. There's a reason they're doing it. They know exactly where this is going. They don't want you. They don't want you to own the industry. They don't want you involved. You should just be a happy 401k owner and just send them your money. No. We need to build. We are builders. That's what we need to do. That's what our clubs are for. That's what our private key capital is for. That's what the credit union's for. So we have our own system that we run. This is fundamental. This is why I launched all of this. Trust me, this has not been easy. And it never is easy. And I'm totally cool with that. I like not easy because easy means that you are doing something that everyone else can do easily. No. We need to choose the hard shit. The hard shit is where they get us because they have a system that they have a bunch of money that they print. They give it to the banks. The banks lend it to the corporations. You, through the corporation, you actually pay for the loan. And their shares just keep going up. Well, Where's your share? Where is your ownership? Where is your sweat equity? See, the how they have set this up is so crooked. It's so crooked. They not only tax our labor, they tax our time. Because then why do you think that there was such a push for women to get into the workplace? No, this has nothing to do with women. This has to do with they wanted that energy, that time put into their company so the company would grow. Because we as humans, we as men, we as women, we add value to whatever we put our time in and whatever we look at, whatever we really pay attention to. And corporations have sucked us dry because we used to have a completely decentralized economy. We have these large corporations who own everything. Look at BlackRock. I mean, Trump literally had to slap the shit out of BlackRock and others and say, look, quit buying the houses. You are pricing the average person out of a house. And that was on purpose. That was you'll own nothing and be happy crowd. Yeah, because they'll rent it to you. Where we were was we were at a point where we're just going to be renters. We would basically be serfs in our own fucking country. That's not how America was created. That's not how we set this up. And we, through legislation and government, have actually been rolled into the slavery trap. The slavery trap using the debt, using the dollar, using the treasury bonds, which are just a representation of our future labor. This country has actually been built on a futures market of our labor, yet we don't own any of it. See, Trump is flipping the script. He was like, oh, hey there, corporation. You need help from the government? Not a problem, but we will own 10% of your company. And Trump legitimately means the American people. Because what he's doing and what he's laying out is a sovereign wealth fund for Americans. We don't have a sovereign wealth fund. We have a reserves, but that's not a sovereign wealth fund. That's what Trump is setting up. That's what Americans need to realize is this is a new world. This is a new layout. This is a new system, but we have to build it. That's the key. I want everyone watching this to realize you need to shift how you think. You need to shift how you think and put your money into ownership of the systems you want to grow. Hence why I'm going to Texas for the mining company, because we need to own mining companies. We need to grow mining companies because we care about the decentralization of the Bitcoin. That's our world. That's what we have. This is every show I talk about is the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin, because it is us reclaiming our labor value. It's so important that we do this, because if we don't, they will. That's the shift that we need to have in our minds. No more loser mindset. No more, well, I'll just rely on my 401k. That's like your health insurance. You don't get jack shit out of your health insurance. Look at how it's set up. It's just for the insurance companies. They have created this fucking unbelievable healthcare system, which it ain't healthy, and it sure in the fuck don't care. And yet the government, Obama legislates, oh, you gotta have health insurance, you're alive. It's just like car insurance. Well, no, it's not. This is health insurance. This is my life. And they raise your premiums. They raise your premiums because they've raised the cost of the medicine, of the healthcare system, going to the doctor. This is a system they've created so they get rich. Guys, it's exact. Look at a casino. Anyone who's ever went to Las Vegas, some of these fucking casinos, they are crazy. They are crazy with how they look and how like glamorous and just, oh my God, this place must have cost a fortune. The health insurance is the same thing. They have these huge offices. They have these huge networks. They have like all. Do you think it's because the health insurance companies are just breaking even? No. They have grown their company off of you paying more than healthcare is worth. Think about that. It's just like the government. The government has grown larger the more that they tax us, just like the health insurance companies. The health insurance companies have grown because they tax us with health insurance. It's a big fucking lie. It's, and it's all part of a system. Look at the food. Look what RFK is rolling out. He's getting rid of he's outlawing the shit that's outlawed in every other fucking country except America. Here, it's okay if you poison the people. Go ahead. Use whatever toxic fucking chemical you want to use. Go ahead. It's great. Oh, no. Flavor's good. They have poisoned us with our food. They have poisoned us with our water. They have poisoned us with plastics. They have poisoned us with all this shit. And then not only that, hey, as soon as you're born, let's really there was like 90 something vaccines for children that are born. 97 vaccines. I don't know about you, but do you think that humanity would have survived if we really needed 97 vaccines as soon as we were born? Don't you think that's like a flaw of nature? Like, oh man, humans were doing great until about 1923. Then, well, all of a sudden, nature turns on us and goes, oh, we have all of these dangerous things that most of it was created, not by nature. And now all of a sudden we need all these vaccines or we might die. Well, holy shit. How did humanity ever reach this population point without the vaccines. It makes no sense. The reason our lives are longer now is two simple things: cleaner water and sewage. That's it. Voila. Cleaner water and sewage. In the old days, people would drink alcohol because it was cleaner than water. That's why kids would drink alcohol. Now, there were lower levels of alcohol in some of them for like kids and shit like that, but they used the alcohol as a purifying agent for the drink. But the whole thing is, this is all a system, and fuck, they actually get us on both sides. Number one, they make us sick. All right. Then they create a health care system and they treat us. Well, a lot of the issues humans have are because of the food we eat. That's it. You are what you eat. And we've lived, and this is a system. This is a system they set up. They knew this would make us sick. Everyone knew it would make us sick, but yet, you got to do population control. You can't just have these guys out, having a bunch of kids and raising families and shit. This is their system that is set up to slowly weed us out. And that's what the reason that we're in deep shit is not population growth, it's population collapse. Yeah, it's exactly, Rick. People that visit Europe eat more and lose weight. I wonder why. Yeah, because the elites, the problem is us, the Americans, and how our mindset is. Look at what's going on over in Europe right now. They are collapsing. And the Europeans, they don't have an American mindset. Americans, we think completely different. We are anti-government. Europe has always been pro-government. They look at their elites like, oh, it's your highness, it's the Lord, it's the lady, and it's polite that you act appropriate out when you're speaking to your betters. That's their mindset. They were raised to be slaves. And in America, we weren't, at least not for a long time, until the 1900s, when the progressives took over the education system and slowly started to shift us into learning how to be good slaves. Because that's what the education system is. It doesn't teach you how to think. It teaches you how to read manuals. That's it. Can they do just enough math where they can read a manual? Can they read just good enough where they can read a fucking manual? Can they work in a factory? Can they go to work and do a certain amount of work? We don't want them thinking too much. That's why at university, they're like, well, in order to get your degree, in computer science, we want a well-rounded student, so we're going to give you a bunch of liberal art classes. Those liberal art classes are all bullshit, especially the ones nowadays. It's we have every class in the world except for white class. Like, don't teach American culture. It isn't a white or a black or Asian or whatever like that. In America, America's a mindset. It isn't a color. It isn't a nationality. It's a mindset. It's a private property sovereign mindset. It is, we own ourselves. We are not serfs. We do not service our betters as they do over in Europe. That's not our mindset. And we have that mindset. A lot of us have that mindset. That we are free, we are sovereign, we love America, and we are willing to work for America. But that means ownership. We have to own the facilities. And when I say we, I mean you and me, you and us, the American people, the average American people. Because right now, we are the sheep that the system leads. They tell you what to invest in. They tell you, oh, send us your 401k and just watch that number go up. And then if you do actually make money on your investment, we got capital gains. The government's going to need a little bit of that. Yeah. We gonna need a little bit of that profit you made holding those investments. So think about this. We have inflation, which is destroying the purchasing power of our fucking currency. So any quote unquote gains we make, you better hope it's fucking keeping up with inflation. Then, just to make sure if inflation doesn't fuck you, the capital gains will. Because they don't want you to grow. They don't want you to grow in real wealth. Real wealth, not dollar wealth. That ain't real fucking wealth. Anyone who has a lot of US fucking dollars, do a little Google on the Weimar Republic or any hyperinflation or any inflation at all. You're not growing wealthy. You can have hundreds of thousands of dollars that ain't worth what it was when you were a kid or even 5 years ago. The number doesn't change. The purchasing power goes down. So if you have $100,000 and you hold it for 5 years, you've lost purchasing power. You've lost real value because the US dollar, it is not a store of value. No, it's junk. And it's only going to get junkier because, guys, they're going to print. They're already printing. They have $7 trillion that they have to print this year. $7 trillion. That's the largest amount in world history. Oh, well, not really. That's the largest amount in American history. Because let's just say Zimbabwe had to print a lot more than that. So did Weimar Republic. And I mean, look what's going on over in Japan. Japan, I read this morning that one of their government, I don't know if it was their, I don't think they have a Congress, but it's something like Congress or the Senate or something like, they got dissolved. That whole area of government in Japan got dissolved. They're like, yep, we got to change some shit. This is the moment of change globally. And America is taking the lead. And that means us American people need to take the lead. We need to build. That's what we're doing. That's what we need to do. Because this is go time. We have a friendly government, pro-private property, pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin. And we all know the only answer, the only thing that saves America, at least monetarily, is the Bitcoin. That's it. The government is not going to quit printing money. The system is reliant on printing money. The system was set up to print money. You can't not print money or the system dies. All right. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. So it's Friday. Guys, over the weekend, I want you to seriously think, how can I help America? What can I own? What can I build? What can I create? I don't care if you launch a lawnmower service. I don't give a flying shit. Make it the absolute best lawn mowing service ever. I don't care if you babysit. Just don't do it in Minnesota. We have to take control of our own destinies. That's the key. Because if we don't, if you have a job, if you have a 9-to-5 job, look at a way to get away from it. Because you are feeding the system. Now, if you work for a small business, that's a little bit different. But also, make sure that you're actually doing what you enjoy doing. Because as this all rolls out, you're going to want to move in whatever direction you're very passionate on. Because that's going to be your job in the future. And that's the good news. We are reclaiming America. We are Americans. We are the future of America because we are America. And we have 3 years, probably more, but I'm going to lock in 3 years. We have 3 years to build the system so large that it cannot be removed. We ain't going nowhere, guys, and neither is the Bitcoin. And it is the only thing monetarily that can save us. That's it. There's nothing else. Gold and silver is great. I own some, but that's not the answer for the modern world. It's just not, and that's okay. They definitely aren't going to lose value. I think I saw silver hit $99. That's money. That's the money printer go burr. So it gonna go burr, and it gonna go burr a lot. So everyone, choose your life. Choose it. Choose it, choose it, choose it, and mean it. Is everything easy? No. Will there be challenges? Absolutely. Man the fuck up and realize that life always has challenges. Whatever it is, you'll live. You're not going to die. A challenge is a good thing. It's are you doing what you love, and are you trying to create the world you want? That's the key. Work on what you love, and it will grow. All right. Hello, everyone. Have a great friggin' day. It's Friday, and I will see you guys on Monday. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Tired of jumping through hoops to buy Bitcoin? Frustrated with endless paperwork and invasive identity checks? Introducing Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club's loan program. No KYC required. Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to freedom. Borrow up to $250,000 at as little as 7% interest. Join our community and take control of your financial future. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where privacy meets opportunity. Connect with like-minded individuals and grow together. Visit us today and unlock your $250,000 Bitcoin loan. Your journey to financial freedom starts here.